Okay, so let's see here. So the stream is going. So Diane, let us know when you can see us. So they're going to, no, we cannot see them. So if they have questions, they're going to send it on the feed or call.
Okay.
One of the two. So my ringer is on. Now they have a 1 minute delay. It's about a minute. Well, it's a little weird, but it's just the way it is going to be. Well, you're probably going to have to move it around as we do stuff. And so I'm going to be...
So we're just keeping this on. It's not like you need this, right?
Right. Okay. Yes. Unless we need to like move it, then we can
okay. I just want to make sure it won't like
So I'm going to try and spend almost all of my time like here, which is weird.
Are they going to have a view of all the food that we get that they don't get?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure they'll be jealous.
And actually, right, she could have done the whole deal. Okay, you know what?
Should I get books?
Yeah, grab. It doesn't matter what books, but that'll be more stable.
Yeah,
can you grab that, Grace?
Smaller.
They used to be big. I got some graham crackers the other day because I love graham crackers and like peanut butter, like on the way to work. It's like my favorite thing. They have gone from being this big to being this big. And I know that it's different because of the way they fit in the snack baggie. I'm like, these are smaller.
These used to be like triangle sizes, and there was more icing on top.
Right?
Yeah, that's true.
They're cheapening it up. Okay, so I think...
Or they're trying to make sure America's not obese.
If I'm like this, I
slowly
think
putting us on a diet.
That we'll be able to hear the sound as much as possible. And we're going to have to be mindful of the noise so that we make sure that they can hear us. And I don't think this makes any difference to the...
No,
I don't think it will. So hopefully, I mean, if need be, we'll just move it over.
Do high schoolers drink coffee?
No. Yes. They do. Actually,
they always have those like on Instagram with like frappuccinos.
But that's not real coffee. I mean, like,
okay,
so I'd be able to drink.
I'm going to leave my phone here as well because that's the number she's going to call. If
I'll
she
set
needs
up
us.
over here.
Yeah. So I'm hoping that I told her I would set up at 7:45, and hopefully she'll be able to find us again because she found me the last time.
Can we mute ourselves? Is that possible?
Yeah, we should be able to. Oh yeah. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, we totally can. All right, I'm gonna go and make copies because I needed my ID to do that. So I'm gonna do that real quick. Just kind of.
I don't want it to be seen.
This morning we had to leave at 6, so it was up at like 5:30.
Yeah, I slept like close to 2 for no reason, just because I was up. Well, when you have a kid, and when they sleep, it's like, and then I woke up at like 4:30 and just like couldn't go back to sleep. And like 4:45, which I thought I was like trying to go back to sleep for an hour, and I checked, it's even like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I was like, well, I might as well just like.
When I did sleep, I think I was like out because I didn't hear my mom come back, and she was in the same room as me last night.
So when did you guys get to the hospital?
I didn't go with because they thought she brought him to like the emergency care like room where it was just going.
Yeah.
And because they closed at 8, so they left to go at like 6:30 because they'd gone the day before, and it was like oozing yesterday, and she's like, "This is supposed to happen." So she brought him back there, and they were like, they're like, there's tenderness where there shouldn't be tenderness, so you should bring him to the actual hospital so they can do tests. So at like 7:45, 8 o'clock, she was like, we're going to the hospital, we're going to the emergency room. And so they sat there for like 3 hours, and then they did blood work and they did a CT scan.
Oh, it's just a cool calendar.
They did blood work and a CT scan. God. And then finally at like midnight, they came back and they said they had to do the antibiotics IV.
Cut those.
Cut them.
Yeah, into circles. That is really the only thing where it's going to be helpful to have that.
I said, oh.
I am not
Sorry.
good at cutting. Not.
Grace is great.
I'm a slow cutter.
Okay, so I'm going to have to talk really loud. I can see that.
Yeah, the bar.
Yeah. Well, that's okay. I can be closer to the computer and
You
just
just
kind of
have to
talk right here.
Stand.
I'm very loud anyway, so.
Here, why don't you like talk out there and I'll see what the bar looks like.
Okay, so if I'm talking at this volume, are we getting enough bubbles? No.
It's like 1 or 2 bubbles.
Yeah, I think, you know what? Let's do this. For right now, let's leave it as it is.
Here, if it's this close, then it's fine.
Really? It's if I'm facing
2.
outward.
Oh, that's.
I think if we put it here, it probably would be better.
Yes.
How many of these are
And
there?
so we can, I'm not super quick, but, and it doesn't matter right now. You don't need to move it right now. We can move it when we get started.
Okay.
And then just plug it in over here.
Okay.
So I'm gonna get a piece of duct tape and duct tape to the table.
Oh, that's painter's tape.
It's gonna take forever.
Is this the last activity?
What, this activity?
Mm-hmm.
Are you doing it a bunch at a time or one at a time?
One at a time, because if I do it a bunch, I'm not gonna.
Oh, it doesn't need, the circle doesn't need to be perfect. We just need to make sure that most of it is gone.
So it could be a square.
Kind of circular, but do a couple at a time. Do a couple at a time. I'm sorry. But I knew you could cut. All right. So, which activity is that for? It is for this one,
Oh, okay.
the 920 one. Milk, Sprite. Oh, I didn't get milk. I didn't do milk.
There's
So
cream.
milk would be out. Oh, we could use cream. Well, no, it's kind of tiny. These are
Just
kinda
take a bunch of them. I could put it in a cup.
No, it'll be fine. Okay. They don't really need that to see it because they're gonna order them. They're gonna put them in order.
Oh, okay.
So 10 millimeters. I wonder if they will know where to go. You know
I'm
what?
gonna go
Just go to the foyer so that they're not wandering around.
I grab my phone in case they need to contact.
What's wrong, honey?
Well, if you like grab it or adjust your hands, then it all.
Hi. Were you guys down there waiting? Did you see?
Just got
You just got here. Well, awesome. So there should be something here with your name on it. I'm Kathy. Thank you for doing this. Hopefully it'll be fun and you'll enjoy it. So there's food over here, and then just grab your binder and have at it. You're welcome. We're just gonna wait for everybody else to get here. And
are you guys from Waukegan or are you from Cristo Rey? From Cristo Rey. All right, well, we're very happy to have you here. This was quite a drive for you guys. Did you make it here okay?
Yeah.
Good.
I am glad. So, oh, there are my instructions.
Are you like? Hello.
Hi, guys. Are you guys doing the trick or treat? So, nice to meet you too for doing this. Of course. Very exciting that we're in person. Yeah.
We do get ISP hours.
Okay.
So if you want to sign
Yeah.
in and pick up the paperwork.
Yes.
Of course, thank you.
You're welcome.
And
Do we have to put like timeout like at 12?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. So there should be something here for you. Very nice. And you are who?
I'm Caitlin. Nice to meet
Nice to meet you too. Thank you for doing this.
They're
So there is,
across the
there's,
hall.
okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Is your mom downstairs? Or did you come by yourself?
I think by myself. Yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty sure she's on her way though.
I was gonna say, doesn't she have a car issue?
Yeah, she does have a car.
There she is. Oh.
How are you?
Hello, Grace.
Hello.
Are you helping?
She's a facilitator.
Oh, awesome. Very good. I don't know.
Scoot over so you can hear.
Oh, that's okay. I can wait there now. We're good. Oh, true. We'll be soft. If you need anything.
Actually, we're supposed to get the live feed from going to Redbud, so I'm trying to. They haven't. Yes. So she's supposed to find us, and I'm hoping that she does. If she doesn't, she's gonna call.
Hi.
Okay. All right.
Did you see who I recruited?
I did.
Saw.
Well, because I had to print that out this morning.
Oh.
She's a nice addition, actually.
And I have another one that said Yvette.
Oh, good.
You know Yvette?
Yeah, I do know that.
And there a lot of girls were interested, but it's a ride issue.
Right, I know.
And I did volunteer to drive because they're all seniors and they're going to be done with high school, and I might be carpooling. Hey, there she is.
Hey, welcome. There's a biter for you and food.
Oh, I stole it here. Is Monique here?
Yes.
Okay.
She, I think, was downstairs to make sure that people didn't get lost.
It's like, it wasn't his friend who was here.
She might have missed it. These look like extra. Are you missing all of them?
So that was the only question.
Oh, because I bet you need this. Do they need a W-9? They've always done that
I
before.
do not know. I'm assuming yes, but that's not my part of
Okay,
it.
I'll wait for Monique.
Well,
Hello. I was just telling,
Thank you.
I was telling Monique, I said, we were cleaning out our gym stage and we found all the arrow boxes. This, the whole, I mean, it's full.
Okay.
I'm like,
Eh.
Yep, they can be used. And mine.
Okay.
I'm tired.
Are you? On here? For just
We
today.
have, well, we have today is our big sampler / taste stuff. And I had several groups of my kids are performing at 1 o'clock today. So I had to set everything up last night. And they were all setting up tables and I had to clear out my room so they're using it for crafts.
Hello. Kathy, how are you?
Good.
What is your name?
Frida.
Frida. There it should be a blanket right here for you. And go ahead and grab some food.
I just good, but I'm good. It's closer.
Right, so. You okay?
Oh, I'm fine. My allergies are just really bad right now.
They've been really bad for everybody.
I had to switch the doctor had to switch my allergy meds for like 2 weeks and then go back to the normal.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I'm going back to the other because the normal's not working. Oh, it's working, but not as well.
Yeah. Well, then I would totally stick with what works.
That's, yeah.
We have a bunch of us that we're waiting on, I think.
I love how
It's very color coordinated. All right.
So I still don't see Diane there.
Well, I'm trying to come up with reasons why I don't see her yet.
My son is here. It's right over the border. It's a different time.
That would be, although they know that we're gonna be chatting about camp specific stuff for a little while. We need to wait while everybody's here.
yeah, we're the same group. It's like
There's two of you. What's this?
kind of arrogant.
Okay, good.
In my ID.
Are these younger, I wonder?
It's on par with today.
Huh?
It's on par with
It
today.
is.
It's totally.
Oh, it is? Wow. Maybe it's because it's so big. This is more than last year.
Well, because of the way the group's laid out, they're all full age group. Meaning we only have one combined. So I believe that it's 8th graders and 7th graders. There's, I think the 5th and 6th is combined.
So 7th and 8th is together?
7th and 8th, I believe, are also separate groups. So I think that might be how it lays out. Right. Just heard a ding.
Okay, we got some of the same ones. Audrey.
So the older group, so your group is a little bigger as well, just because of the way that the age is laid out. And I can figure that you can probably handle it. There will be more assistance available for you. And it's kind of running differently than it has before, where before everybody did the same thing on the same day, and we are not doing that this year. This year, the things will be stationed in rooms, and you will just move to a different room, and your group will be the only one doing that particular activity during that day. Which means that on the first day, we'll have troubleshooting from everybody, and that means it'll go better for everybody else. But the only one that I'm the least bit concerned about is the PH one, just because of the logistics of all the materials. But the others are engineering, so it's just like a bunch of engineering stuff in there, and the materials are pretty close to the same for the two of them. And hopefully by the time we get done, everybody feels good about it. But there's a lot more scripting, which you do not have to use. It is there because they're also doing the camp. I'm hoping that we get them, but they're doing the camp downstate. And I have absolutely no idea. Oh, Grace. I have absolutely no idea how much information they have. So you feel free to go off script as long as it kind of fits within the framework. Same thing, right? You've done this enough that you know. And your daughter and Grace will probably stick to the script. Just because that's the way it goes. Hello, welcome back. You guys need to pick up the binder and grab yourself something to eat. But
that the script is really more for them than for kids.
Great. And, okay, so we're missing 2 people and we don't have Redbud up. So, and they haven't called. All right. So Monique, I think is gonna have some things that she needs to let you guys know, but I need the 2 of you guys to sign in for ISBE. So if you wanna sign in for your hours, you can do that and take the paperwork with you now, and that way we don't have to worry about it at the end. Because that's one of the nice things about our doing it with Redbud is that they do it through their ROE, and that means we get hours. Yes, we have not had that before.
Put down my school, where I'm from.
Yes, I believe so.
And it said school, I saw Chris.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
I think it has to be your school. So I am not quite sure if there's stuff that Monique wants to talk about, but, well, actually, I'm sure that there are some things that she wants to talk about, but because she's not in here, I'm just gonna get started. And if anybody sees like the screen moving here, let me know, because it means that they're trying to kind of join us here. So, and I'm not sure how Monique did the binders here, so if we just want to navigate through the binder just a little bit, there are a few things. Yes.
I think that.
Oh. Okay, remind me of your first name.
Start leaving.
So let's just navigate through the binder so that you guys know what's in here. Now, Monique put everything in the binder, so everybody has the same thing. You have more information than you probably need. So if you're one of the adult facilitators, really you're kind of driving the schedule and curriculum. And those of you guys who are assisting, it's going to be helpful for you to know what they're doing just so that you know where you need to be. It's going to be new experience for you guys because you haven't done it before. You guys have done it before, so you kind of know how to troubleshoot it. Rebecca, you know as well. And you know kind of how to go with the flow because it's Stellar Girls. But it's really kind of a go with the flow kind of thing. Our goal is for you guys to deliver the curriculum and for you guys to be there to help the girls to do what they need to do. So it's really important that we're focused on the campers and what they're doing. So although I encourage you to have your phone and take pictures, because we do all the pictures later on, and it would be really nice if you guys were taking some pictures because you have a vantage point that I don't have as I'm running through. But other than just like taking a couple of pictures, we really want you focused on the girls. Okay, so just keep that in mind. At our camp, we have a very large number of volunteers who come in from the businesses who are sponsoring the camp. And as adult facilitators, they aren't going to know the girls and the curriculum as well as you do. You may actually have to do a little bit of guiding them also towards the girls, right? If you see girls that are struggling and you see adult volunteers kind of off to the side saying, I have this table over here needs some help. Most of the time, the adult volunteers are not quite sure what to do with themselves. And they'll just stand there unless they have something specific to do. They're a little bashful about doing that. So you all should feel free to very diplomatically and nicely say, oh, we have girls who are struggling over here, could you go help this table? And our adult facilitators will also let you know, could you get some people over here to help? And that way we can kind of get them all to where they need to be. So as a facilitator, that's really
an assistant facilitator. That's really your job, is to really guide what's supposed to be going on. And you do have the entire script, so you should know what's going on. And I'm gonna suggest that the day before, that you just kind of run through it so that you know what's gonna happen each day, okay? So the, in the first section, you have the roster for the group that you're working with. And I don't know if the assistant facilitators have the information. Do they have the information? Yep, you do. So you have all of the information here. Bring the binder with you so that just in case something should happen, which I don't think we've ever really had anything happen. Have we had anything happen? We've been really lucky. But if something should happen, it is possible that they may need your help getting information. So you have that information there. So the camp itself is at Cristo Rey, which is different than what we've had in the past. And did Monique put the map in here for you guys? Mm-hmm. You haven't? Okay, so it's in the back. There's a map. And hey, did you take care of it? Okay, thank you. Hang on one second, I'm gonna put this up. And I do not have Diane here, so I don't know if she's gonna come in.
Oh, maybe she's coming in.
She might come in, yeah. I'm putting this up. Do you wanna talk about
Yeah.
this? Yeah, why don't you talk about
So in the pocket, there should be either the W-9, if it's not in it, that's because I already have yours, or the assistant facilitator employee form. So if you can fill those out and give it to me today, that would be good. There's also a map of the school. If you want to check it out.
I'm gonna put it up here and talk a little bit about where we're gonna be.
Okay.
But you go ahead and do everything else that you need to do.
Okay. So before Kathy talks about that, in the 8th tab in the back of the binder, I did like an employee handout, which I'd like to go over. You can read it on your own, but I'll just like briefly touch certain points. So the first one is the discipline steps. Basically what we want to make sure happens is that, sorry, I'm Monique. Nice to see everyone. Basically what we want to happen is that if there anything, like if there is a camper that misbehaves and you have to talk to them, and depending on how serious it is, to please just let us know, because we would like to be able to contact parents if we need to. Our camp is only 5 days, so we really want to make sure that if something does happen, that we can nip it in the bud before it turns into something more serious. So if you want to like let me, Anne, or Kathy know of any campers in your group, also because we don't want to waste your time doing this when you could be, doing the activities with the girls. So also the second point, the escorting campers around the building. Kathy will show you like which side of the building we have for the camp. Summer school is also happening during that week, so we really need to make sure that when the campers go to the bathroom, that they are with an assistant or a facilitator the entire time. As opposed to like Cook, where we kind of had the run of the school, it didn't really matter as much, but this time around for the safety of the campers, we need to make sure that there's an eye on all of them. We'll also try and like put something up to kind of show that you can't go past this point, so we don't disrupt their the summer school sessions. But hopefully, there's going to be break times in the schedule if you kind of was looking at the calendar. So everybody going to the bathroom should kind of all be at the same time. This summer, we're making sure that you guys all get breaks through the day. It's been kind of just 8 to 3 and, good luck. So we want to make sure that you guys have breaks, and we're going to do it during the lunch and recess session. So if you guys want to just talk amongst your group to decide if you want to take your break during lunch or during the recess, that's kind of up to you guys. And I would say that when you are on break, that you go to the designated staff room during that time, just so you don't get bugged by students or anything like that, that, if you want to eat in peace, that you can. And that's also the best time for you guys to use your cell phones. We don't want to see you guys on your cell phones unless you're taking pictures throughout the day, just because then you're not really paying attention to the campers or doing the activities with the campers. So we wanted to kind of have the 25 minutes in the middle of the day for you guys to be able to unwind and do what you need to do before going back in there. Dress code a little bit. I will have staff t-shirts for you on the first day of camp. And you'll have 3 shirts, so you don't have to wear them all 5 days if you don't want to, but we do ask that you wear them Monday, so when we give it to you, the field trip day, and then the last day of camp on Friday. The lunch schedules, you'll see that like on your calendar. And the field trip information. So what we're doing before in the past, we had one designated field trip day. This time we're actually splitting up the groups throughout the week. So depending on what group you are, depends on what day is your field trip. So it will be on either a Tuesday, Wednesday, or a Thursday.
Which is different than what we've done in the past with all on.
Yeah.
This year we're not doing.
So that'll kind of, I think, make things a little bit easier logistics-wise. That like this is your group. We'll also get some parent chaperones. I'm thinking like 2 per group should be good, so you get some extra help. And the field trips are only for a couple of hours. So lunch will always be at Cristo Rey, so nobody has to bring their own lunch on any of the days. At the Forest Preserve, the lunch, I believe it's like 10 to 11 or 11:30 is the activity, and then it's pretty much back to camp. So it's not like a full field trip day. And then groups 4 and 5 will be going to Medline, and group 4 will be going in the morning, and group 5 will be going in the afternoon. So before lunch and after lunch. And then family day is kind of similar to what we've had. We'll be doing a parent panel in the mornings from 9:30 to 11. This time we're inviting groups 4 and 5 to attend, just because we think that'll be helpful. We're going to have some high school students and college students like speak about their STEM interests and stuff like that. So I think that'll be something good for the 7th and 8th graders. And then we'll do a closing ceremony from 11 to 11:30. We won't do a keynote this year. It'll just be the fun slideshow and pretty much just, congratulating all the campers for having a great time at camp. And then after that will be the STEM fair, lunch, and we all hopefully will be done by 2 or before. We do plan on doing daily staff meetings, which I forgot to write down on here. But if you just want to make a note that those meetings will probably be at like 7:45 before the campers start arriving, because we have the early arrivers at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, and it's really just to make sure that everybody's on the same page, that we know anything, any important information that's going to help us for the day, particularly if something, because remember, we're running all these activities. That first staff meeting on Tuesday is going to be helpful, and hopefully for the adult facilitators, if something's gone not quite the way we expected it to in that first day, we will already have told you if you're the next one up what kinds of changes. But we want to make sure that everybody's aware of how things are going, and that you guys have an opportunity to just kind of get yourself ready to tackle the day before you go to wherever that room is. The idea is also that those of you who are assistant facilitators, that we're going to have a certain number of you guys manning the desks. However, some of you guys are going to need to be in with the girls, and we want to make sure that you guys, the adult facilitators, can simply go to the room and get yourself ready for the day without having to worry about that. If you want to go in and be in the cafeteria with the girls, then you can do that, but that's really primarily what assistant facilitators are going to do in the morning. And we'll have a whole bunch of games and things that the girls can do, and a whole bunch more that from what we've had in the past. And so hopefully they'll be able to keep themselves busy, and it's not going to be in the gym. So
Right.
that makes it easier.
And also during check-in and check-out, we'll need one assistant from each group. to be at check-in, because the way we'll kind of divide all those students to make it run smoothly is for the parents to kind of go to their kids' groups in order to check them in and check them out every day. I will be sending them emails so they know ahead of time which group their daughters should be in. And you have, like, I think it's in the first tab, that's like your roster, and it also has just key information. So any allergies, physical challenges, like anything that you need to know, especially dietary, stuff like that, just to kind of for you to be aware of. I believe one girl has minor seizures. I have to look up which group that is. If you can see it, just find me, and I can kind of talk to you more about that, because I talked to her mom to kind of get a better understanding of that situation. And you can kind of decide amongst your group, like if you want to be at the check-in or if you want to be in the cafeteria as the girls walk in. So I'll leave that up to you guys to decide.
All right. Yeah, hang out. Do you want to, I'm trying to
Oh,
get
sure.
this feed to go up, so go ahead and talk about the map.
So we have this side of the school. And I believe the restrooms are over here, or yeah, no, over here. Is that
Right
right?
next to the theology room and one,
Yes.
between the theology, yeah, right there.
Okay. So, and that's kind of where, like, it's like, see, the restrooms are here, and then summer school's kind of over here. We really want to make sure that the girls don't wander off in that area. So that's one of the reasons why it is really important to kind of escort them. If somebody needs to go to the bathroom, that somebody is going with them, even if it's just one person. We really don't want them wandering around, getting lost, or, you know, anything can happen. So we really just want to be able to keep an eye on everybody if we can. Most of the rooms that we have are over here, and then I believe we have 301 and 302 and the AAP. So we're still kind of deciding what we're designating as the staff room, but it won't be too far from the cafeteria. And if you haven't been to the school, all the walls are like glass, so you'll really be able to kind of peek out, and if it looks like people need help or something, then you can kind of run out and, you know, it'd be there. And Kathy and I will also be around during lunch, so we'll be able to kind of help out if need be. Most likely we'll be serving food though, so we can try to do as much as we can. Does anybody have any questions about anything?
How do you know which day you're doing what activity? I don't see it on the.
Because we don't know yet.
Yeah.
So we haven't actually, like, some of the field trip stuff has changed a little bit, so we're kind of messing around with the schedule a little bit, so I'm not quite sure yet. I do know that Abbott Day is day 1. So that is new, and Abbott is our most overwhelming volunteer group. There are going to be hordes of them. And they are, you know, they're lovely people, but they're professional, used to running the show kind of people. And those of you guys who have done this before, you know, they like to step in and kind of take over. And actually, that's part of none of the other companies do that. None of them do that. They're all very like flexible, and they're like, what can I do? And Abbott is not that way. They come in and they kind of want to run the show. And so you want to be as diplomatic as you can be, because they are paying for a lot of what we're doing here, including our salaries, and we want them to continue doing that. But you also need to run your group the way you want to. So, you know, if it becomes a problem, that's a problem for us to solve, not for you guys to solve. So let us know. But generally, you know, they're and we're meeting with them next week to talk about what their role is. So hopefully they'll kind of get it.
Also,
Okay, hang on.
in terms of volunteers, we are kind of doing like a different type of volunteer experience for them. So most of the classrooms are kind of set in pods. So what we've been kind of
Hi.
telling
Okay, so we're obviously having trouble here.
So what we're kind of telling volunteers is that
Oh,
we'd like to have them
okay. Well,
kind of
that's
stationed.
that's
at
not what we
different
want.
pods. So,
Did you
and
do a
kind of
search
do
on
that
STEM
throughout the
Girls
day, so
Camp?
they have like the same group of girls throughout the day that they can help and assist, and hopefully kind of build some sort of mentorship throughout the day with them. So just kind of keep that in mind if like somebody looks
Yes.
lost, or if you even want to just like as they walk in, that you can kind of assign them.
Okay, so let me see if I can start this up again. Okay.
Want them to kind of.
All right. So give me just
a.
a second.
Most of them will be available. Will they be there all day to kind of do it? Some of them might just be there just in the morning or just in the afternoon. But we will try to assign them all evenly so that there aren't like 20 volunteers in your classroom.
All right. So
We're having a couple of technical difficulties, so I'm gonna give you guys just a second to go to the bathroom or whatever you need to do. And what are we starting on? We're gonna be starting with the conservation curriculum. So all of you guys can pick up one of these up here in the front. That's gonna be helpful and find that part of what we're doing. And I'm gonna make sure that we get our live feed up here. Okay. Actually, you know what we should probably do? And everybody doesn't know each other. So why don't you take care of that and we'll.
So I haven't been around very much because I had a baby in January, so I've been on maternity leave. I know some of you though. My name is Ann Vogel, and I'm the Senior Vice President for Charitable Programs for iBio Institutes. And the Institute is the nonprofit that actually, is responsible for raising funds and putting together STEMGirls. Although
Okay, I'm looking here. I'm gonna start a new one, I think, here. So
So do you want to
let's see
start
if we
over here?
can
And
put a
if
new
you
one
can
up because
give
this
your
one's
name and
obviously
if you're
not
part of
working.
school,
So
and
let
then
me
also
start
maybe if
that
you've
and
done
then
this in the past.
and then you can search for that guy, okay? So hang on one second.
Your daughter. And I go to Christian